Today I want to talk about something I've never talked about before. It's an interesting little topic, and if you're an insured, you're a homeowner, you're a policyholder, but also if you're an adjuster just starting out, how to prepare for an adjuster's visit. Let's get into it right now in 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Claims Show. I am your host, Vince Perry, the Commercial Claims Advocate, owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions, and commercial claims advocate as well. We are a licensed public adjusting firm and a consulting firm as well to help other public adjusters around. Make sure you subscribe. Click on the link below. Every single Wednesday, we've got a new video. Every single Monday, we've got a new video. Every single Friday. So much content for you, but let's get right into it. I had been looking for an accountant for years, and I was unable to find anybody that I liked, that I worked with, and was able to do what I needed to be done to my taxes and to my accountant. Jeremy David at Noble Wealth has been a godsend to me, my family, and my company. We have saved so much money in taxes I can't even begin to describe, and he knows what he's doing. You need to call Jeremy at Noble Wealth and get yourself the right accountant, because he's the man who's going to help you save on taxes, because ultimately you don't want to be making money, especially if you're self-employed, and having it all go to the IRS. Call Jeremy, call Noble Wealth, and they will help you tremendously with the entire accounting process and your tax situation from A to Z. Additional living expenses is one of the most difficult parts of an insurance claim, and the reason is it's very high pressure, and as a public adjuster or contractor, you're already dealing with the negotiating of the build back process. You don't want to have to deal with ALE as well. Black Diamond Housing Services does all of that. They don't even charge the client. They bill it directly to the insurance company. It's all covered under the ALE coverage. So you need to call Black Diamond if you have a house that has been severely lost, whether it's like severe mold, severe water, fire, or anything like that, where they need a place to stay. Call Black Diamond Housing Services and they'll be able to take care of your client from beginning to end. Preparing for an adjuster's visit. How do you properly prepare for an adjuster's visit? There's actually things that I like to make sure that is done already before the insurance adjuster comes. Making sure everything is good to go to expedite the process as much as possible. I think also you should get there early. If you're a public adjuster, if you're a homeowner, you should be there already waiting for that insurance adjuster and prepared for them. If you're a public adjuster, maybe you should go up there to the roof and just mark the roof. Have it already ready to go for them. They're going to probably disagree with a lot of stuff that you might be marking, but at least it's already marked up there for their photos so that the insurance company can see. It's very, very important that you go ahead and do that because it could impact the claim tremendously, making sure that you are prepared. The role of the adjuster that is going out there for the insurance company, that person is basically their eyes and ears of the insurance company. They're also called independent adjusters. They're also called field adjusters. They're going out there to document the loss. That's why they're always out there, usually within about a week, because they want to be there as soon as possible. You can't blame them. What they're doing is they're going to be taking a lot of photographs. They're going to be taking measurements. They're going to be putting a scope and an estimate together on what they feel it's going to cost to do the repairs to the home as a result of this particular loss. They're also going to gather any documentation. So if you're a homeowner, you've got documents, you've got invoices, you've got different things that you want to present, you should definitely send them by email to the desk adjuster, but you could also present them right there to the field adjuster and say, hey, please take photos of this as well, because that will be in their report and will ultimately help you. So anything and everything, and then it's also, and that's what the adjuster does. The adjuster goes out there and makes sure that they just document the loss as much as possible, because the last thing they want to do is have to go back out again. Before the loss, make sure you have all of your documentation ready. So if you're a homeowner, make sure you have your invoices and your policy and your stuff like that ready. If you're a public adjuster, make sure you've got your file complete. I tell all the guys at Elite Resolutions, when you have that initial inspection with the insurance company, you should have all your photos already completed, all the invoices and documents ready to go, and the estimate already written and completed. What I usually do, I used to print it out and used to have it, but now we don't do that. When I have the adjuster's visit, I will email everything to them right then and there. Have my assistant email it to them either right before or right after the inspection takes place. So have all of your documentation before the actual inspection ready to go. The other thing is during the inspection. This is pre, right? This is before. During the inspection, make sure that you show them everything. You have to show them all of the damage and every single little thing that is possibly going on. Make sure you show them everything. You have to walk through the entire home and through the entire loss with this adjuster and make sure that they are actually taking photos of the things that you want them to take photos of as well. A lot of times they do this general walkthrough where they're going to miss a lot of stuff. If you're not there next to them holding their hand and making sure that they're taking photos of everything, anything, it's going to make your life a little bit harder. Homeowner's presence during the inspection. I think this is an interesting one, right? So I think sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. The problem with having a homeowner present on the initial inspection, you have to understand that the insurance adjuster going out there is representing the insurance company. And if you say things that do not benefit you whatsoever and totally benefit the insurance policy, it's not going to help you. What I mean by that is I've got an example where it was an old roof. This has just happened yesterday, and the guy's on the phone with me. Again, it's an old roof, and he kept pleading about how old his roof is and how it needs to be replaced. That is not going to go well with the insurance company because there is a specific exclusion in the insurance policy for, wear and tear, pre-existing damage. However, if the storm came, which Hurricane Ian did come through this area and cause new damage, you could still file a claim for new damage. You just have to separate as best you can. Here's what's old damage. Here's what's new damage. And the fact that there is new damage, that damage does have to be looked at and repaired by the insurance company. It has to be paid for by the insurance company. And it might actually blend into all the old damage that needs to be replaced because maybe that roof being old, it is unrepairable. But if he's screaming and hollering that my damage is old and my roof is old and it needs to be replaced, that's not going to go well. So it's always better, in my opinion. Sometimes, honestly, I like it when the homeowner's not there. Okay, I do like it when, if you want to speak to the homeowner, we can schedule a recorded statement for later on. We cannot deny you speaking to the homeowner. If they specifically want the homeowner to be there over the phone, then, you could have the homeowner there and then you could prep them as well. But for the most part, as a licensed public adjuster for the last 15 years, I prefer that the homeowner's not there and that their representation, which they hired, i.e. myself, is there to speak to the insurance company. So the role of the public adjuster. What is the role of the public adjuster? To be the representative of the homeowner. If we're in there from the beginning, we already know what's going on with this claim. We know exactly what the law says. We've already abided by all of the duties after the loss under the insurance policy. We've submitted the claim in a timely manner. We provided all the evidence that we can. We provided a proof of loss. We've done all these things already before the adjuster visit. So that's the role of the public adjuster. And also, I always tell people, a public adjuster, it's a service, right? It's a service that we are providing. So not only are we getting and negotiating more money for you, but it's a service. So if you have work and you have to take your kids to school and you have things to do, then you shouldn't have to be at this inspection because not only do you not know what you're doing, but you have other things to do. That's what you hired a public adjuster for, to go out to the property, to take a look at it, and to show that insurance adjuster around and everything that's going on. And also that public adjuster is going to say and do all of the necessary things to help get this claim paid, get this claim covered, and get this claim closed as soon as possible. So the role of the public adjuster is super important when it comes to the adjuster's visit by the insurance company. And then after the inspection, right? So we did before, we did during, and we did after. After the inspection, at the end of it, I do recommend that you ask the field adjuster, the insurance company adjuster, how long it's going to take for him to put his report together. There's different timelines, right? Because if we're in the middle of a storm, it may take him longer. It may take him maybe faster. And all adjusters are different. Sometimes they take everything for the day and they knock everything out that night. Or sometimes it takes them a week or two. So I always suggest that at the end of your visit, at the end of the insurance visit, whether you're a homeowner or your public adjuster, ask the adjuster how long it's going to take for him to submit his report. Ultimately, he's not the one making the decision. He needs to put his report together. He needs to submit it to the insurance company adjuster, the inside examiner, the company adjuster, the desk adjuster, and that's the person you're going to follow up with. But if you get an idea of how long it's going to take for him to submit his report to that desk adjuster, then that's when you could follow up with the desk adjuster and say, hey, this guy told me it'd be complete. Also, make sure that you get his business card or at least get his contact information. If you contact the desk adjuster 2 weeks later and the desk adjuster says they have not received the report, call the field adjuster. Call him, text him, send him an email. Hey, it's been 2 weeks. Just wanted to know if you've been able to submit my report before I follow up with the insurance company. Or the insurance adjuster said that he hasn't received your report. Is there anything that I can do to help? And then if they respond and say, I submitted my report a week ago, which happens all the time, you could call the desk adjuster, hopefully have it in writing and say, hey, by the way, he submitted this thing a week ago. Why are we taking so long? So very important. You find out the timeline of how long it's going to take for him to submit his report and get a business card to follow up with him as well. And that's pretty much it. That's what we got. right? So we'll just quick recap. We went through the role of the insurance adjuster and what they do, how you want to be prepared for the pre-visit, making sure you have all your documentation ready, making sure you're walking him through, holding his hand and seeing all the damage, making sure that you are I told you what the role of the public adjuster is, why it's important to have that, what to do immediately after that inspection is completed, and how to follow up after that. And that's pretty much what we got. That's how we do it at Elite Resolutions. Everything is a step-by-step process to make sure everything is getting checked off and completed correctly. And that's how you have a successful insurance adjuster visit when you have damage to your home. If you're struggling and waiting forever and a day to get paid on your claims because you have to wait for the mortgage company, you have to wait for the client, you have to wait for all of these things, Ink Payments by Ink solves that for you. By simply uploading it onto their system, everything gets processed and you get directly deposited your fee into your bank account. Choose InkPay and make sure that you use the promo code VINCE so that you can get $299 off the initial registration fee. So go ahead and check it out, Ink Payments. We've been using it for a long time. Everybody needs an attorney on their side. So whether you're a public adjuster, a contractor, or anyone else in the insurance claims business, make sure that you have an attorney that you could rely on, that you can go to for questions whenever you need it. That guy for me for the last 12 years has been David Farber. David Farber is the owner of the Farber Law Firm, and he has been there for me from the beginning of my career until now. And I would love for him to be able to help you as well. So make sure you call him at this number here and visit his website so you can learn more about the amazing David Farber of the Farber Law Firm. Thank you very much for watching, guys. My name is Vince Perry. You can go to eliteresolution.com. We have a ton of FAQs that you can take a look at so you can educate yourself a little bit more, or you just have some common questions like everybody does in this industry. There's a lot of them. You can go online. You can check it out at eliteresolution.com. Also, if you're a public adjuster looking for some consulting, looking for some help, looking for some estimating, adjusting services, all kinds of stuff that we provide at CCA, go to commercialclaimsadvocate.com and you can check it out there. And that's what we got, guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel every Wednesday. We've got so much content. And if you get a chance, just go to the rabbit hole. There's a lot of stuff that you can check out. So make sure you subscribe. And guys, have an amazing Wednesday and an amazing rest of your week. Just kick ass and do the best you can and stay positive out there. See you later, guys.